नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू विज बॉटनी। आज हम पढ़ेंगे स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ टिपिकल फ्लावर। स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ टिपिकल फ्लावर। First we need to understand what is flower. Flower is a reproductive unit of a plants. A flower क्या है? This is simply a reproductive unit of a angiospermic plants. Flower is a reproductive unit of plants. Flower is a reproductive unit of a plant. So this typical flower consists of, it has a four holes. They are calyx, corolla, androcium and gynoecium. This part is a gynoecium part. A typical flower consists of, a typical flower consists of four holes. Four holes. They are calyx, corolla, androcium, and gynoecium. These are the four holes of a typical flowers. This small leaf-like structures which is present at the bottom of a flowers, we are calling it as a calyx. This is a calyx. The members of the calyx we call them as a sepals. हम members को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Sepals बोलेंगे. Below this we have a stalk like structures. यहाँ पर आपको stalk like structure देखने को मिलेगा. हम इसे क्या बोलेंगे? Stalk बोलेंगे, नहीं तो pedicel बोलेंगे. And above this, here we have a thalamus region. This is a thalamus of a flower. After first whole calyx, we have a corolla. This colored part of the flower. Colored part of the flowers we call it as a corolla. The members of the corolla we call them as a petals. हम क्या बोलते हैं यहाँ पर? Corolla के members को petals बोल रहे हैं. These calyx and corolla they are not directly involved in a sexual reproduction. ये दोनों क्या? Calyx and corolla sexual reproduction के अंदर directly involve नहीं होते, इसलिए हम क्या बोलते हैं? इस दोनों को accessory organs बोलेंगे. और we also call them as a non-essential organs. Non-essential organ के अंदर आ जाएंगे calyx and corolla. Calyx and corolla they comes under a non-essential organs, or you can say accessory organs. क्यों accessory बोले तो directly sexual reproduction के अंदर involvement नहीं है उनका. Next whole, third whole, that is nothing but a androcium. This is the androcium. Androcium is the male reproductive part of the flowers. This is the androcium. It is the male reproductive part of the flowers. It usually consists of a anther. Androcium के अंदर आपको क्या देखने को मिलेगा? Anther देखने को मिलेगा. Along stalk like structure रहता है, ऐसे हम क्या बोलते हैं? Filament बोलेंगे. Androcium, that is the male reproductive part of the flower. It consists of anther and a filament. This anther is usually bilobed, diathecous, tetrasporangiate structures which holds the pollen grains. इसके ऊपर क्या formation होंगे? ऐसा pollen grains formation होंगे androcium के ऊपर. Next is the gynoecium. This whole part we call it as a gynoecium part. Gynoecium usually consists of, this is stigma. This long cylindrical structure we call elongated cylindrical structure, we call it as a style. This basal part we call it as a ovary. These three structures makes the gynoecium of the flower. Gynoecium usually a female reproductive part of the flower. This whole thing is a female reproductive part. These male and female reproductive parts, they are directly involved in a sexual reproduction. That's why we call androcium and gynoecium are the essential organs. हम क्या बोलेंगे इसे? Essential organs बोलेंगे. Essential organs. Androcium and gynoecium को हम क्या बोल रहे हैं? Essential organs बोल रहे हैं. Gynoecium becomes under essential organs because They are directly involved in a sexual reproduction. This male reproductive parts, it produces the male gametes inside the anther, and this female reproductive parts, it produces a female gametes inside these structures. That's why they directly involved in a sexual reproduction. We are calling them as a essential organs. Thank you.